Oh, the early modern period. A time of learning and culture where humans had less rights and the strength of your rule was relative to the size of your chin or mustache. But many historian has pondered a ponderous thought. Which nation was strongest? Was it the Austrian Habsburg lineage with their mighty dynasty, Napoleon's First French Empire and the peerless Grande Armée? Or maybe the Mughals with their Mughalness? Or maybe even the Ottoman Empire? Nah, I'm just kidding, it's probably not them. Their leaders are probably too preoccupied crying, wearing that onion hat of theirs. To test the might of these great empires of the day, I'll be using an immaculate simulation called Europa Universalis 4. I'll be in charge of the military, economy, and diplomacy of whatever nation of my choosing from the start date in 1444 to the end in 1821. Before we start, I need to state that I only have 500 hours in the game, so I'm still a beginner, but hopefully that won't affect our experiment too much. Some of my haters back in Harvard will probably be hating on me for my use of a video game as historical source, but we'll see who's laughing after I collate all my research and send it back to the academy, Looking at the map, I already know who I think will win. It's obviously going to be the Byzantines, right? I mean, they're the last vestige of Greco-Roman culture, the true progenitors of the Roman Empire. At least they're better than whatever Walmart knockoff these guys are. Well, things seem to be going smoothly, and I'm attacked by the Ottomans. Oh no. Well, thankfully I know the European powers will put aside their differences and come save me. I mean, they're probably assembling a relief force right now, right, guys? Right? Guys? So that was an unmitigated failure. Part of the reason why I failed was because I lacked sufficient allies, due to me being Orthodox. Because back then, if you were of a different religion, even a slightly different denomination, then no one would think twice about spitting in your face and never talking to you again. Because keep in mind, this was in an era before public participation in politics, nationalism, and most importantly, the Xbox and PlayStation console wars. So the reason you had to hate someone, well, was very limited. So I think another reason for my loss was my size. It's a fact that in war, the bigger nation always wins. That's a reason why Greenland's polar bear force are the most feared in the world. So it's because of that I'm playing as Portugal, not due to patriotism or even its starting size, but the fact that my only neighbor loves me. I have a strong fleet, and something tells me I'm about to have a lot of access to some prime real estate pretty soon. So it's been 40 years. I've already discovered America, and I've been colonizing most West Africa, not to mention the bank I've been earning due to my trade routes. Yeah, so it's pretty much confirmed. Portugal, best nation ever, until the end of time. Well, luckily I have both England and Spain as my ally, so their only possible invasion is by sea. Which I believe, with the combined fleets of some of the greatest maritime empires of the time, it's going to be more than a little difficult to launch an amphibious assault. Oh, he's already on my fort. Well, okay, so I understand the Ottomans are practically unstoppable at land, so I'll go to the sea. As England, I have a practically invincible fleet and almost completely isolated from mainland Europe. And practically my only neighbor is Scotland. It hasn't even been a month yet. Okay, that's it. I'm playing as the Native American tribe Haida on the other side of the world, where there is literally no place farther from the Ottomans than here. Okay, sorry about that. So, as Haida, I completely suck, which makes sense. My people are more accustomed to fishing and trading sea otter pelts than actual warfare, which is what I'm gonna need to do if I am to expand. But first, I need to migrate off our native island, Haida Gua. Being far behind the technology of the Europeans, along with not even having the feudalism institution, is going to mean that by the time the Europeans usually arrive, which is around 1540, I'm going to get destroyed. So by purposely destabilizing my nation, I'm able to migrate south to Mesoamerica faster. Yeah, my plan is to conquer the gold provinces there, hopefully worship the Nahuatl or pig religion, honestly, whatever is easiest for me at this point. What? Is there any nation that isn't immediately conquered by the Ottomans? The Russians? No? The Chinese? Why do I have so many rebels? No. Albania? Honestly, I don't know what else I expected. The French? I already surrendered. There has to be at least one nation capable of standing up to the kebab's might. Right? Yep. Uh-huh. Yes. I understand, sir. Yep. Love you too. So, for the past 5 years, I have played literally every single nation in EU4, and every single time I've been conquered by the Ottomans, each in their own idiosyncratic and comedic fashion. I just got off the phone with the Director of Investigation Commentary Keeper, aka my boss. He has just cut off the grants the Academy have been giving me to subsidize while I conduct research. He's also informed me that my inability to actually find any meaningful historical content has in fact led him to call for my expulsion. And not only that, I did receive in the mail today a subpoena. Apparent suspicions that I have been pocketing the grant money and playing video games the entire time have galvanized them to seek litigation. Maybe those hacks back in Harvard were right after all. Except no, none of that actually happened. The entire time I've been lying because it's not the biggest country that's the strongest. It's actually the smallest. Evidenced by this website. See, Greenland's like almost as small as Turkey, so yeah, I'm right. And I know a country even smaller, one feared throughout the game and history alike.
Wait till you see the